This is one of the guys. Remember that movie Funny People? They had to get the life rights from this guy to make that movie. John Hodgman's here. Why do I do this? What is that all about?
Tom, what a delay.
This was not, I didn't always do this. This is a new thing.
I love it.
Throwing my arms around. John, how are you?
Look, no one is the master of reinvention more than Tom Scharpling.
That's sure.
You got to keep it interesting for yourself.
I appreciate
so
that.
you can hold it down for the rest of us who are counting on you to hang in there and keep putting out the best show.
Thank you.
Week after week, month after month,
year after year, decade after decade. Do you know what year this is for the best show? 25.
Well, I see it right behind you.
Well, that's, I
forgot to bring in all of my memorabilia, by the way.
No, this is like
I was going to bring in a whole bunch of...
It's a junkyard.
Yeah, bumper stickers.
This studio has become a best show junkyard with things. There's a cookie jar in there in the museum. Did you see the museum?
No, they didn't take me through the museum.
There's literally a museum set up with best show memorabilia.
Oh, no. They hustled me in. They put a bag over my head.
Sure, that's I
wasn't allowed to see anything.
Okay, that's C. We call that type.
Yeah, I was
C guest.
I was renditioned here.
Yes, you were ready. Yes,
I was resting quietly.
You don't know where you are.
No, I don't. This is a fun surprise. What a surprise!
Now, what brings you to my city of Los Angeles?
Your city of Los Angeles.
John, I'm like an LA dude.
No one has taken the city
and bred.
No one has taken the city quite like Tom Scharpling has taken the city of Los Angeles. That's right.
I grew up here. I remember seeing Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Corvette Summer.
In his Corvette from Corvette Summer.
That's right.
Yeah.
You celebrated Corvette Summer. I saw Corvette Summer with my dad at a drive-in movie theater in Massachusetts.
So this is the point when, let me see if I can guess. A young John Hodgman.
That's right.
He loves Star Wars so much.
I was so excited.
And now the guy, Luke Skywalker's in a new movie.
Luke's in a new one.
Yeah.
What's this Corvette going to do? Fly to the moon?
And it's just like, then you see it, it's just like, it's a Corvette. It's like, I remember doing that, not with Corvette Summer.
No, right.
I didn't even get to see this movie, but I wanted to see it so badly.
Yeah.
Cisco Kid, which had Harrison Ford in it.
Cisco Kid with Gene Wilder, I believe.
And I wanted to see it so badly because Harrison Ford was in it. Because you were like a Luke Skywalker guy, just like a rule follower. Yes, sir.
Goody.
Yeah, goody.
I wore a white tunic. Do you think I'm wearing a black vest? No, I'm wearing a white tunic.
Over a white button-down shirt?
Yeah. I'm doing my chores back on the homestead. An only child talking to my droids.
Yeah. A Tashi station.
Yeah. I wanted to go get those power converters.
At Tashi station.
I wasn't a bad boy like Harrison Ford as Han Solo.
He was rough stuff.
Scoundrel.
He didn't, but he had a heart of gold. He showed back up. An incredible
face turn at the end of Star Wars. If anyone hasn't seen the movie Star Wars, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Han Solo does not betray goody two-shoes Luke Skywalker.
For the Empire.
That's right.
He takes his gold.
So you wanted to see the Cisco Kid.
I wanted to see the Cisco Kid because I was just like, this is my world.
Yeah.
And I remember, this is the thing people will not understand about Star Wars. In that period, this first Star Wars movie comes out in 1977. And nobody knows what's happening after that.
No.
You got to make this stuff up yourself. You didn't even know if Darth Vader was a robot.
Seemed like it could be that he's a robot.
You're just like, what? Who's this guy?
Yeah. Until I get that copy of Splinter of the Mind's Eye by Alan Dean Foster, I don't know what's going to happen next.
I had that book. I read that book. It was this paperback.
Yeah.
Of like what happens after that they just
because they didn't know that they were going to be able to make another one.
Yeah, so they just got some dude.
They thought that Star Wars could go the Corvette Summer route and not make a big splash.
Yeah.
So they hired a very famous science fiction author, Alan Dean Foster.
Yes.
Because if you're writing science fiction, it's best if you have 3 names.
Yes.
Or 2 middle names if you're a fantasy writer.
Yeah.
George R.R. Martin, for example.
My guy.
But they hired him to come up with some kind of story so that we can get some of our money back on this bomb that we're obviously.
They're kind of just like, hey, we could probably pick up a quick $9,000 if this book comes out.
Exactly.
Like,
maybe recoup some of our
yeah.
incredible flop losses.
They're just kind of just like, we gave this guy $11,000 to write a book. You know, we play our cards right. That's $22,000 for us. Yeah. We're $12,000. We're in the black for like a solid $12,000. And then suddenly it's just like, hey, everyone's lined up to see this thing, and they're not leaving the lines until they get into the theater. They're like waiting until
show after show after show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm not trying to say like now it's like this. I wish it was like this then, when you just be like, oh, hey, that movie's sold out.
Right.
So you know where I'm not going to go? The theater.
Right.
And just wait till there's a seat.
Yeah.
Any chance this next one will have a seat? Well, let's see. We'll see what happens.
I'll never
Stay
know.
In that line, though.
Yeah.
You get to the next thing.
We had to live with a lot of uncertainty at that time. Tom,
that's just how
it's wonderful to see you.
Well, it's very nice to see you, too. This is so great. It's been a long time. I saw you last October.
That's right.
You were an attendee of our
private event.
Private event, yes.
Private event.
Yes.
Personal private event.
What
a wonderful time I had.
Who did you talk to at the wedding?
Who did I talk to?
Anybody of note?
I chatted with AP Mike for a while. We took a little trip down memory lane.
Sure, yeah.
Talked a little bit about creepy luggage.
Yeah.
Caught up with what's going on with him these days. Yeah. And some of his personal life that but we got real.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's at Mike. Are you there?
I am.
Mike's here. If you want to put headphones on, you can hear Mike.
No, thank you.
Okay. That's the meanest thing I've ever. Okay. No, Mike.
I can hear him down there.
That's fine.
It's like I have a little whispering mic down here.
Yeah.
Like a little mouse mic. But I'll put him here. I'll get Mike in my ears.
I get
why?
You do.
I love to have Mike in my ears.
Mike has now entered a new phase.
New phase in life. Yeah. Tell me about it, Mike.
I'm not sure I know
you're keeping the weird
Tom is
going,
referring
so
to.
that's not changed.
A new phase?
No, this new chapter of your life.
Yeah, the new chapter.
Oh, the Mr. Etiquette?
Well, he's Mike goes to the gym now regularly, and he's getting worked into a lather over poor gym etiquette. Guys leaving their dirty sweat rag on a machine because they want it's like they're holding that machine for them to come back to. So Mike has decided he is going to become Mr. Etiquette.
Just give me a second to catch up because I'm still on Mike worked up into a lather. That's just something that I have to process for a minute.
Okay. No, Mike.
Okay.
And we're going to get him these cards.
Here we go.
That he can write, like, dear blank, you are guilty of fill in the blank. Please adjust your behavior accordingly. Sincerely, Mr. Etiquette. He's going to pass them out.
But Mr. Etiquette will be a mysterious figure.
Hopefully.
Right, Mike? You're not going to be confronting people in the gym because you're going to...
Well, yeah, we've got to work that out because, I think I could get smacked around a bit if I'm just approaching people and insulting them.
Look, I've never been in a fight in my life. I'm terrified of confrontation. But if a lathered up AP Mike came up to me and told me I did something wrong, I'd push him down.
Lathered up. Yeah.
And it wouldn't be because I like you, Mike. I like you a lot, but I'd freak out, I think, is the problem. I think I'd freak out. What's the worst thing you've seen happen at the gym?
Well, we've already discussed on a previous Best Show
I'm sorry.
grunting.
I don't mean for you to return old stuff. So never mind. Get back.
No,
to
go ahead.
Well, no,
please, Mike.
Well,
please.
I'd like to find out if John is a gym rat.
I'll tell you something. I have been going to the YMCA,
the Young Man's Christian Association.
That's right, and also for old men and non-Christians.
Yeah, that's the OMCA.
That's right. I've been heading to the AMCA for a while.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Actually, look, I used to keep my private life private, my public life boring.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll merge the two now. I go to the YMCA in Park Slope on 9th Street. You know the one that Bill DeBlasio used to go to when he was mayor.
Mm-hmm.
He would leave Gracie Mansion.
They don't have like an elliptical machine at Gracie Mansion?
Oh, no, they do.
Yeah, I'm like,
But DeBlasio... DeBlasio was my neighbor in Park Slope when he was, public advocate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he ran for mayor as a vanity project because he thought, there's no way I'm going to win.
Sure.
There's no way that Anthony Weiner isn't going to run away with this thing. There's no way it's going to be revealed that Anthony Weiner revealed his genitalia to another person.
Yeah.
But a second scandal came, knocked out Anthony Weiner. All of a sudden,
he's suddenly
Bill DeBlasio is the mayor of New York City.
The King Ralph situation.
It is. It is, exactly. And de Blasio would not stop going to the YMCA in his neighborhood, even though he had moved to Gracie Mansion, which is in Manhattan.
Yeah.
So he would take what do you call it? Not a convoy, but a bunch of police Cadillac Escalades would accompany him to keep him safe while he would do his gentle stretches on a 2 mile per hour treadmill.
As he goes to a different borough to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think that he thought that it would show him to be someone who wasn't changed by power, a real man of the people. Working out at the Park Slope YMCA.
Yeah.
And if it sounds like I have a bit of a grudge, I do.
Yeah.
Because when he got elected mayor, when he was the mayor-elect, he walked by me in the Y.
Yeah.
I said, congratulations. Not because I love Bill DeBlasio, but I respect the office.
Yeah.
And he said, thanks, buddy. And he just walked by.
Oh, my God.
It's like, hey, it's not, this was, how long ago was it? 10 years ago that this happened with Bill DeBlasio?
Yeah.
I was still on television then.
Yeah.
I deserve better than that.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
You deserve better than that 20 years from now.
Yeah, well,
he could have chiefed you out, though. He could have called you chief.
He could have called me chief.
If he called you chief, that would be amazing. What would have been the worst name? Here, we're going to do 5 names.
All right.
We're going to rule Buddy off the thing.
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay. Dude.
Fella. Stretch.
Old timer.
Or
old timer.
Pops.
Big guy.
Big. We're going to take, we'll take dude off and put big guy. So big guy.
Boss.
No, there you go. Big guy, boss, chief, stretch.
Yeah.
Pops.
And this is Bill DeBlasio responding to me congratulating him.
Pops.
They call you Pops. Thanks, Pops.
Pops is the worst.
That would probably be the most, I'll skip to it. That would be the most infuriating.
Pops would be.
Yeah, because look, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's older than me still.
Yeah.
This is the way it works, age.
He's been working. He's doing great. He was great on Twin Peaks. He was great as mayor. He's doing all right.
Bill DeBlasio was in Twin. Oh, he was the giant?
Right? He was the ring. And he got the ring. Fell off Del Cooper's finger.
Bill DeBlasio was the ring?
Wasn't that him?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure he was the guy who got the ring.
Yeah? Bill DeBlasio.
Yeah. Twin Peaks.
He had
was
an acting role?
I thought it was him.
He wasn't. He's a very tall guy. Was he the giant who goes, it'll all happen again?
Yeah, exactly.
No, de Blasio's downfall was eating pizza with a fork and knife.
No, his downfall was he was a terrible mayor.
I was trying to be nice.
He was a vain weirdo.
I thought maybe he was buddy of yours.
Who decided he should be mayor because he had the idea one day and it accidentally happened.
Yeah. No,
and he would still. I would be there at I'm a self-employed freelancer.
Yeah, you go.
I would go to the gym 10:30, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
There's Bill DeBlasio. It's the middle of the workday. Don't you have any mayoring to do?
Because now he's got to take the suit off.
Right.
Change into the workout clothes.
Yeah. And let me tell you, his routine. I'll tell you, one person who was not getting lathered up.
Yeah.
De Blasio.
Yeah. What machines is he on? The wrist machine.
He would do some
the one you crank like
the calf
this.
machine.
Like, what do your wrists need to be in shape? Can we move this one out of the gym?
Did that.
Can we all just say like, hey, we all decided this wrist machine is doing nobody any good. It's just outside the gym on the sidewalk. It says free.
It's like, no, we got to keep it because Jimmy and procuring.
Yeah.
This is his dream to get this machine. You don't know what he did to get this machine
Get the
in.
wrist workout machine.
Bill DeBlasio would do some very gentle stretching, and then some.
Which is so weird to go somewhere to do stretch.
Oh, he did not. He is not pushing himself.
Okay.
And then look, as far as I'm no Adonis. I'm no gym rat, Mike. I'm no lathered up gym rat like you. My view about exercise is a little is a lot as far as I'm concerned. Any amount is great.
It's better than nothing.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Even though watching him soft pedal on the bike, on the stationary bike, literal soft pedaling.
Yeah.
Just slow and easy. Just drive me bananas.
Just that, as if he's like Amelie.
Yes. That's
riding a bike through the park.
Yeah, as if he's
dreamy.
Yeah, he looked like Kermit the Frog in the Muppet movie. Just gentle pedaling, and it's clearly being propelled by another person.
Yeah.
And he would do that, and it was very controversial in New York City that he was. People who did not like DeBlasio, particularly the police who hated him.
Yeah.
They would complain that they had to go and waste a bunch of gas and time to get him there. But one day I was in there, and again, this goes back now, probably 10 years. And you know who I run into at the gym? Who? You don't.
No.
It could be anyone.
Yeah.
Famous comic book writer Chris Claremont.
Okay.
The
X-Men.
The impresario of the X-Men in the 80s.
Folks, this is the guy who came up with an issue of X-Men where there was a giant pinball machine.
You're right.
And they're all running from the pinball because like some clown
supervillain was named Arcade.
Arcade was the villain.
And he was a hitman.
Yeah.
Who would only accept a job if he could kill the target of the hit in one of his weird theme park themed machines that he called Murder World.
Yeah. Yes, it was called Murder.
I'm not saying that Chris Claremont, I don't know that Chris Claremont did not invent Wolverine, but
of course we know that was in Incredible Hulk 114.
Wolverine
182.
Wolverine versus Hulk versus Wendigo.
That's right.
But I think that he might have invented the word snicked.
Really?
Well, he has a big thumbprint on culture, Chris Claremont, I have to say.
Yeah.
He wrote some real, he really changed, everything you know about the X-Men.
Phoenix.
Just as one example. Kitty Pryde.
Yeah.
And Chris Claremont was there, and I had met him in passing once before. And I'm excited, it's Chris Claremont over there on the, what's the rowing machine?
I think it's the rowing machine.
The rowing machine.
The one that Frank Underwood used to use on House of Cards.
I never saw that show.
Where he'd be like, a lot of times there are two knives. He'd be like, a knife has two sides to it, and I certainly do not plan on being on the wrong side of that. That particular
knife has two sides, and I will be holding the handle.
That particular cutlery.
And I said to Chris Claremont, look over there, that our stupid mayor.
Yeah.
Me and Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
Bullying the mayor of New York. Stuff goes down at the YMCA.
Borderline hate speech.
And I think I think it was very exciting for Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
Because for the first time he had written all these X-Men, but I think he was realizing he was seeing for the first time a real mutant.
Yeah.
The New York mayor has all the size and grace of a giraffe. He was Giraffe-man.
He never broke a sweat.
Chris Claremont did a good job. He worked hard. I did my part on the elliptical and the treadmill. Bill DeBlasio didn't do much.
No.
And I wish that there was a Mr. Etiquette there to tell him to pick it up.
Mr. Etiquette, if only you would know, maybe that would have been the origin of Mr. Etiquette, but he just didn't know.
No, he didn't. Well, he wasn't. He wasn't offending anyone but me.
No. Well,
but yes.
Did he wipe down after exercising?
He made me take off my shirt and wipe him down.
He is mayor.
Wow.
Yeah. He said, "Come on, Pops. Come on, Pops. Dry me."
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I had an idea for I'm going to say this. Nobody take this idea. I know that's famous last words. I don't care anymore. I'm never going to get most of these ideas.
Look, I mean, you're Mr. Idea.
Well, thank you.
I take it back. You're Mr. Ideas.
Thank you.
And you have more than one idea. You've had many ideas.
I appreciate that, John. If my life is the White Album, right now we're getting in that part in Revolution number 9.
Uh-oh.
So the part was like, dun, and then Yoko Ono's like, that made naked. That part, close to the end.
No.
With the X-Men, they got that mutant school, right?
Yeah.
And you tell me if you see where this, if this is the most me idea ever.
I can't wait.
We do a comic book. What's the name of that school? The school, Professor X's
Academy for Gifted Mutants
First
or whatever.
The slapping his name on a school.
The Xavier Institute for Gifted Youths.
We do a book. They're the bad guys.
Okay.
There's a community college of mutants who couldn't get into that school.
Yes.
Slobs versus snobs.
Slobs versus snobs.
Mutant-wise. That school's the fancy school.
Right.
I want to see what goes on at the mutant school that couldn't, for the mutants that couldn't get accepted.
The mutant school for vocational training.
Yeah, exactly. The Votech of mutant schools.
Yeah.
They didn't buy it.
No?
I tried. I threw that idea around all over town. Nobody wanted it.
That's a great idea.
I thank you, John.
One of 1 million great ideas.
Sure. No, I can only dream about it now. I close my eyes at night and I go, yeah, it was a good one. And I watch it.
I think now's the time for it, honestly.
Yeah, let's do it. Who's got an in?
Also, you could have, like a gown versus town situation. You also have mutant townies.
Sure, do it like Breaking Away.
There we go.
Boy, that was a fun movie. I love that idea. The townies. I relate.
That would be the sequel, I suppose.
Yeah.
Mutant Vocational School 2. Townies.
Townies.
The rise of the townies.
Yeah. They couldn't get out of Syosset or wherever that school.
You college kids think you're so great with your laser eyes. I wish I could have gone to this school with my fingers that turn into vines or whatever.
One mutant, he touches things, they turn into hamburgers.
But
they're not edible.
They call them hamburger.
Yeah, and they're not edible. But just
I'm stuck here in this town making things into hamburgers for you rich kids who come through with your laser eyes and your weather control.
I love you so much. I want to touch you. I want to hold you, but I can't. I'll turn you into a giant hamburger.
That could be a kink, though. Someone could be into that.